So our next speaker is Melissa Johnson. Melissa is the Director of Veteran Services for Cardinal Consulting Solutions. And not to steal her thunder, but she's a military spouse, so has some firsthand knowledge of the topic she's talking about today, which is engaging the veteran workforce. So I'll turn it over to Melissa, and thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. As Sarah said, I'm Melissa Johnson, and I'm the Director of Veteran Services at Cardinal Consulting Solutions. She did steal my thunder. I'm a 19-year military spouse to an active duty soldier. I've been working with and supporting veteran service members and their families for over 10 years. Our company, CCS, actually teaches other companies how to find and create inclusive workplaces for misunderstood talent like veterans, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you're comfortable, we'd love for you to share in the chat box if you're a veteran or if you're military connected and with which branch you are affiliated. So I would put in the chat box military spouse, Army. We would love for you to do that. And we'd also like to thank the veterans in attendance today for your dedicated service to our country. Slide, please. So similar to many other industries, the military has its own jargon, which relies heavily on acronyms and abbreviations that will require translation. Additionally, each branch has its own terminology. Depending on the branch and function, abbreviations can stand for different phrases. Even within each branch, it can get confusing when the same acronym is used to mean two different things. It happens regularly, unfortunately. So today I'm going to discuss with you how to get over the language barriers when interviewing a reservist, guardsman, transitioning service member, or veteran when they're using military speak. Additionally, we will discuss how you can locate candidates from the military community once you understand their language and are ready to hire from this misunderstood talent pool. Next slide, please. So I want to walk you through a situation you might encounter. The soldier that you're about to see in this video is transitioning from active duty to retirement in rural Minnesota. You're going to hear firsthand what this veteran might say when you ask him about his military service in an interview. Play, please.
Good morning. I'm First Sergeant Aaron Dobbs.
It's nice to meet you, Aaron. I'm Melissa. Tell me a little bit about your military service.
Well, my MOS is a 15 Zulu with a 15 Delta feeder. I'm a graduate of BLC, ALC, SLC, MLC, and the SMC. Additionally, I'm certified in MRT, EO, SHARP, and MFT. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Aviation Safety and my FCC and FAA certifications. I have extensive experience in aviation maintenance and NDI across the United States and the world, having PCS 6 times and deployed 5 times to combat zones. I have served as a TL, an SL, a TI, SGL, PSG, a PCNCOIC, and a First Sergeant in both an AMC and an ASC. I have maintenance experience in the Army Humvee and LMTV, as well as 5 MDS aircrafts, the H-64, UH-60, CH-47, UH-1, and OH-58. As a First Sergeant, I'm responsible for the health, welfare, training, safety, and discipline of 120 officers, NCOs, soldiers, and their families, as well as the service and upkeep of $100 million worth of Army systems and equipment.
Slide, please. So is your head spinning? What did he say? So I lived this life. I understood 100% of what he was saying, but I wonder what stood out to you. Having him across from you in an interview is a real life scenario as he's retiring to rural Minnesota, and that CCS's training program called Insight will be able to prepare you for. Slide, please. So we're going to watch again as the same soldier explains his military service, but this time in civilian terms. Play, please.
Good morning. I'm Aaron Dobbs.
Good morning, Aaron. It's nice to meet you. I'm Melissa. Can you tell me a little bit about your military service?
Sure. I'm an executive level leader in the Army. My job is a senior aircraft maintenance manager with a background in powertrain systems repair. I'm a graduate of all enlisted Army leadership schools to the highest level offered. Additionally, I'm certified as a resiliency trainer, an equal opportunity representative, sexual harassment and assault program manager, and a workplace comprehensive fitness trainer. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Aviation Safety, as well as my Federal Communications Certification and my Federal Aviation Administrative Certificate. I have extensive experience in aviation maintenance, as well as non-destructive testing across the United States and the world, having moved 6 times and deployed 5 times to combat zones. My experience includes an aircraft mechanic, a technical inspector, an instructor, a production manager, and a senior program and personnel manager in both a flight service company and an aviation repair and overhaul company. I have maintenance experience on small Army vehicles, as well as 5 attack, observation, utility, and cargo helicopters. I am responsible for the health, welfare, training, safety, and discipline of 120 employees, as well as the service and upkeep of $100 million worth of systems and equipment.
Slide, please. So that seems to make a little more sense, right? Unfortunately, not every candidate will translate their military experiences into civilian terms for you. Knowing how to understand military speak is vital to a successful interview with a veteran. Take a look at the translation on the screen of some of those acronyms he used from the first video to the second video. And then when you're ready, you can switch slides, please, Sarah. Service members are known for having a strong work ethic. Hiring a veteran can result in the hiring of a dedicated employee who has developed valuable teamwork, leadership, and job skills. Veterans make good employees because of the strengths they can bring to the workplace. Consider interviewing a veteran next time you're looking to hire new talent. There are many ways to find candidates from within the military community if you're looking. You can host or participate in career fairs. Consider participating in career fairs near military bases, Guard and Reserve Unit headquarters, or even at college campuses with a strong ROTC presence. Your company can start an intern or apprenticeship program. The government offers great incentives to organizations that have these programs in place. You can offer a referral program or post job listings where service members will see them. Right here in Minnesota, there are organizations that work with veterans and their families and help find employment for those individuals. You can start by connecting with Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development's Career Force. From recruitment planning to hiring tactics, job posting tips to career matching events, benefits and compensation information to diversity and equity action. Local veteran employment representatives can connect you with veterans to hire. I mentioned this already, but posting job listings where our service-connected population will look is a key component to finding and hiring those from the military community. I understand most of you already know about this great resource, but locally you can start with minnesotaworks.net. There you can register for a no-fee account if you haven't already done so. I recommend doing it. There you can search the state's largest online resume database, post your job openings at no fee. Use job match technology to find top candidates, save candidates' resumes to review and recruit later, and receive emails when resumes match your job criteria. Next slide. Nationally, there are invaluable resources for finding veterans as well. So the Department of Labor office site has a section dedicated to hiring of veterans and associated programs and policies. The DOL veteran programs include what you see on your screen, and I'm going to give you a second just to look at those. These programs are aimed at employers, event organizers, licensing agencies, etc. Next slide, please. The United States Department of Veteran Affairs has created a Veterans Employment Toolkit that's designed to help those who wish to employ veterans. In addition to information on government incentives that can be used to offset the salary of a new hire, assistive and adaptive technology, how to interpret non-pay experience, and how to qualify for VA incentives, the toolkit includes information on how to hire veterans on how to hire veterans and where to find them. The VA Toolkit also includes information about Department of Labor programs that incorporate online training and other resources for those who want to hire from America's ever-growing pool of military members and veterans. The Career One-Stop Business Center is a source for helping hiring, training, and retaining a strong workforce. the Honoring Investments in Recruiting and Employing American Military Veterans Act of 2017. Sorry, that's a mouthful. They also call it the Hire Vets Act, required the establishment of a program which recognizes employer efforts to recruit, employ, and retain veterans. So those who meet certain criteria established by the Act will receive a Hire Vets Medallion Award, That may not sound like much to an outsider, but veterans who apply for jobs at companies that have earned this award may feel more confident about their potential employer knowing the company has been evaluated and praised under the award program. As with our military ready designation badge, hiring with the Hire Vets Medallion Award certainly has an advantage when trying to make an impression about the quality of your workplace. Workplace culture is so important, especially now. This is something we'll touch on in just a minute. Slide, please. So outside of government agencies, the possibilities are many when deciding where to post your job listings to find military-connected candidates. The most popular among service members would be social media channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There is not a social media channel that isn't popular in posting jobs. Indeed for Military, hiremilitary.us, and recruitmilitary.com. Slide, please. So going back to discussing workplace culture, having a reputation as a company that treats their veterans, or really all of their employees, well is equally as important as knowing where to find this talent. If you haven't already, consider starting an employee resource group or ERG for the veterans you already have on staff, as well as to offer support for those who are onboarding or will in the future. According to a study released by Syracuse University and Vet Advisor, 65% of veterans are likely to leave their first civilian job within the first 2 years of employment. And an ERG can help beat those odds. If you're comfortable, write in the chat box if you have ERGs at your organization, not necessarily supporting veterans, but ERGs in general. And if so, who do your ERGs support? Not only can ERGs provide the camaraderie veterans may be missing since leaving military service, but they also help maintain connectivity among employees for personal support and career guidance. Some ERGs might provide a specific messaging system or communication channel just for veterans. ERGs may also ensure you're maintaining pace in your career advancement plans. This could include sharing your weekly, monthly, or yearly goals and your plans for how to achieve them. A person can set goals all day, but if they're not responsible for them, they won't achieve them. ERGs can provide accountability. Slide, please. If this all overwhelms you and you think, where do I start? That's what CCS is here for. And with that, I will turn it back to Sarah pending any questions.